hello, everybody. It's good to see you. Good to have you. Hi. I'm in video form. If you're watching this on YouTube. If you're not, then you're listening to this. But go on YouTube. YouTube.com/at Dork Side of the Ring. Hi, everybody. It is I, your purveyor of all things dorky within the scope of professional wrestling and sports entertainment. I am Grumm. Hey, trying this out with the camera. Just using the laptop camera. Hi. I guess this is like the where I've been, the update, the podcast update, episode thing, whatever you want to call it. Hey, either way, it is what it is. Hi. So I haven't had a lot on the main feed in a while, or on the Patreon for that matter, but that's one and the same. I moved. You can't tell I'm in the car where I always record, but I moved, so that's why there wasn't some episodes. I think I've talked about that a little bit, but on like Twitch and Twitter and whatnot. But if you are like me, and you are somebody who goes, "Oh man, I haven't heard from my favorite podcast in a while. I wonder what's going on for them." This is the episode that you should use. This is for you. This is for you. So basically, what happened was I moved, and I was moving and not quite sure what was going on and whatnot. So I guess we should talk about where I left off, which was the episode 75. Myself, Balin, and X talking about stuff. Also, is this? I'm figuring this out. We're not sure. I'm not sure. I'm not sure about this. We'll figure it out. But we've talking about the Booker T, Steve Austin grocery store episode or fight, and we left off there, and I have an idea or two of what happened. Really, I do. So basically, it was the holidays, and I was stressed. I was busy. I did not get around to editing episodes 76 and 77, and then I was in the middle of a move. I was moving out of the house for the first time, moving in with my girlfriend, Katie. We had to get stuff going and whatnot, packing all that. However, the apartment complex did not tell us, give us a concrete date, which was giving me more stress, more anxiety about the move than really I needed. But they didn't give us a date until about January 12th, about a week, a week and some change before the actual move date that they gave us, which was the 20th. So January 20th, that weekend, we moved into our apartment, and we've been getting settled, unpacking everything. I've been putting together getting my setup back to where I needed it to be for content, for recording and whatnot, and just been kind of relaxed and thinking about what I want to do with the Dork Side of the Ring. Do I want to keep doing it, the podcast how it is? Do I want to expand on it? Do I want to change the format of it? I'm not changing the format of it. Not doing it. So, it'll still be the same format in the sense of me, 2, maybe 3 people talking about a thing in pro wrestling that is dorky or is something that I would like to talk about. I think we're getting to a point we're almost at, episode, 76? Episode 76. So that's almost 100 episodes. There's a lot of dorky stuff. Some of it's better for short form, like a minute or and a half segment, or a match that went short. So a lot of that stuff will be short form stuff or stuff like that, and I'll be working on with some people. So the idea that I had, that I wanted trying to reformat the podcast, I should say, has been to do more modern talking about wrestling or analyzing pro wrestling, things I do on the podcast sometimes with people, especially people who are also fans, and we get into the minutia of stuff and just talk about why I really like the promo, or why I really like the character arc, or why I really like the story, or something like that, and just do video essays on these things. So I've decided that that's what I'll do. So I'm going to be doing that on YouTube. Here on YouTube, you can see me and whatnot, and I'm going to be adding these elements to the episodes so that I can put them on YouTube. I will get back to putting the episodes, getting back into re-uploading the episodes, getting them up on YouTube, I mean, I'm at what, like 20, so there's like 50 episodes. So what I probably will do is I'll probably just bulk upload them rather than do like, oh, Monday, Wednesday, either way. I might try that. I don't know. Or I'm gonna do that. I don't know. I don't know. I'm gonna figure it out. But what that means for you, the listener, is that there's gonna be more Dork Side content. I am getting help from people, from friends who are interested in editing. So there are gonna be some cool things to do, some talking about, like, hey, I really like the promo because of this, or I really liked a match because of this, but also taking a look at how a um how like a wrestler's characters evolved over a year or two. One of my ideas was talking about like Seth Rollins from Monday Night Rollins to where he is now, and how he's like kind of like been like, talk about how he went from being beloved and cherished and a champion of the fans to being like getting a messiah complex, and then like that messiah complex evolving into some other stuff, and then the visionary stuff that he was doing, and like talk about like those elements of his character story. Talk about like Roman. I mean, Roman Reigns is the easy one right now because wow, this and that. But go deeper into some levels of stuff. I want to talk about like Sami Zayn. Sami Zayn going from like just a generic heel to being like, oh, I'm the locker room. Like when I say generic heel, I mean like by his standard. Like he was still a better heel than something, but like a like how he went from like the locker room leader, like that whole idea that he was doing, or the conspiracy theory stuff, to like wanting to the honorary Uso to Sammy Uso to now, as I record it, he's Sammy Sami Zayn, back to Sami Zayn. But I want to talk about those kind of things. I love talking about pro wrestling, and the Dork Side of the Ring is really good at letting me talk about pro wrestling, but it was it was serving two purposes, and I think if it can serve just the one, which is me exposing weird, not serious pro wrestling to people who may or may not know about wrestling, or just are fun people to show, like, hey man, here's some wacky shtick that somebody's doing, makes no sense, but here's the peak of their career for this shtick, you know, and let's watch it, talk about a bullshit, some of the best stuff, laugh about it. More importantly, has been really good. But also, like, I was on the Trill Withers show on right before the move. I want to say like the week before the move, so it would have been the 20th, the 17th of January, and or maybe the week before. Either way, and I'll put some here, but like maybe like a little clip.
Vince McMahon is the man that God fears and the devil pays rent to. So, like, is there anything worse? Own it? Like, how is there somebody who's worse at owning, or worse to support financially than Vince McMahon? But like, wrestling has always just been horrible. It's the drudge. It is like, hey man, I like
It's
to
so
get drunk.
bad, man.
I like to get drunk and fight. I'm going to be a pro wrestler and I'm going to do it. Also, no one's going to care if I'm a card-carrying member of the KKK, or if I pimp women out for my own benefit, or like the moralities of pro wrestling is dog shit. And I don't understand why people are picking now to have the, like, you can want it to be better, but like
For sure.
Sure,
drawing
yeah,
the drawing the line now,
Yeah.
drawing the
Yeah.
line now and being like, this is where I get off. It's like, but you were fine with literally everything else that you've been told about pro wrestling. So it gets frustrating.
I was talking to them about pro wrestling in a way that I don't really get to talk about pro wrestling on the podcast, which is more of a in-depth, evolved look at it, where it's not like, hey, like, I'm going to explain who this individual is. I'm going to talk about wrestling as a business, wrestling from my perspective as a fan, who isn't in the business, but is somebody who follows the business and follows what things mean for other things. Explain that, but then also just talk about pro wrestling, and it was fun. And I'm like, oh, this is what I want to do with my wrestling content. So I am going to do that. I'm going to keep the podcast going. will be listening to the podcast every week. We'll get some stuff. I'll actually talk about. I'm going to talk about that in just a minute. But we're going to end up having some more content, more of diverse amounts of content, and a diverse amount of people from different aspects of my. I mean, I've already done this before. I have, friends that are from the CPF Discord. I have friends from Twitch. I have, I've had Katie on before. I'm gonna have other, friends from all walks of my life come on. But I'm also gonna reach out. I'm reaching out this year. I'm reaching out to get some people whose work I admire, people who I think who would have a great time on this podcast, people who are just I don't know, like just like reach out to people that necessarily I don't have a necessary connection to, right? Or it's forcing me to evolve the content, right? Involve my hosting and whatnot, and just be fun. So I'm gonna be doing that. I keep looking out because there's this bird on this. I guess I could. Never mind, it flew away. But it was just chilling on a headstone. I can show you that. Anyways, the I don't know. Yeah, that's it. Let's see, what else do I have? I don't really have. I guess I don't have like an intro and an outro for this too much, but I will talk about what we're working on for the podcast itself. Also, if this, let me know how you like this. I can always just bring my another camera and use that and like put it like on the steering wheel or something or somewhere. But we're working on some good stuff. So episode 76 was originally supposed to be myself. Actually, to be honest, episode 75 was supposed to be myself, Shay, and Tumble talking about fake razor, fake easel, and I mixed up my days. I put the other one out, and I was like, all right, whatever. So 76 was supposed to be the Booker T, Steve Austin grocery store fight. 77 was supposed to be Miracle on 34th Street fight, the very first one, and then 78 would have been another Miracle on 34th Street fight. Well, did not get to there. Did not record the third one. The very last would have been the last episode of 2020. So to start off 2023, we'll start with those episodes. What we're going to do is the next episode which will come out on the 6th of February. It'll be myself, Mop Garden, and Siren talking about the first ever Miracle on 34th Street fight from 2012. I had to get the year right. Reason I'm going with that one is we're already past Christmas, but might as well get it out of the way. It'll be fun. Then the following week is the Valentine's Day episode, February 4th or 13th. It'll be coming out. Be myself and Katie. We're going to be talking about, I think, another wedding. Haven't put it out just yet. Haven't figured it out. But we're going to record it. Another episode. We might do a video. I might do a video. I'll see if she wants to do it. And then we'll do Shay and Tumbledore's fake razor, fake diesel episode on the 20th. That gives me 3 episodes and 3 weeks to get in the rhythm of recording again and whatnot. So that'll be a lot of fun. Here's the thing though. I wanted to tell you. This is the cool thing. For some people, you listen to it and you're like, oh, I know these people, right? Or you listen to it and you're like, I don't know either of these people. Well, you're in luck. I'm mixing the pools. I took the deck of cards of Twitch friends and content creators that I know, and I took the cards of the CPFs and other people that and I'm gonna mix them together. I'm mixing them together. See that? Mixing them together. That's what I'm doing. So I'm excited for that, and that'll start on the 27th. Yeah, that'll start on the 27th, and then we'll still have we'll have returning faces. We'll have new people. We're gonna have some new people. It'll be a lot of fun, and I just am excited. My hair looks. Hair looks good. I don't need to get a haircut just yet. Sorry for going off. Also, I don't know if I'm gonna chop this. Look, we're playing around with things this year. We're doing new stuff here on the Dork Side of the Ring. I'm Grumm. Thank you guys. Also, Patreon, support.grumm.tv. I'm going to be putting on the watch-alongs for every episode, which will hopefully, after the 27th, will include some form of camera for myself and my guests. If they don't want to be on camera, that's fine. I'm not going to force them to be on camera. Yeah, I got much else. No. I do want to. Okay, so one of the ideas I did want to talk about. I'm going to have a group of friends get together, a group of people. We're going to talk about like what year was the greatest year of pro wrestling. On the top of my head, 2005, 1992, also a good year. Ric Flair in the Royal Rumble, some other stuff. I think that Wrestle War, the War Games, Dangerous Alliance versus Sting Squadron, really good stuff. 1992 was a really good year. 2019 was a pretty good year. And I was gonna say, I think there's another 98. I think I wrote down. So far, like four really good ideas. And that's where we're gonna go. And I say 2019. I understand that the Fiend and Seth Rollins in the Hell in a Cell, which will be talked about on the Dork Side of the Ring this year, because I'm putting it down now. But yeah, so that's all that. Thank you guys. The Patreon. I should talk about the Patreon a little bit more. Patreon stuff is gonna be on there. So you'll get the early access to videos on the Patreon, to those videos and more. The watch-alongs, exclusive full episodes, which is going to be basically me and two other people watching a full pay-per-view. Be done nice and easy. That's all that. Dork Side Ring on Twitter and on Instagram. I'm put it right down here. Dork Side Ring. Also, Grumm.tv. It's got all the links. Discord, all my own links. My Twitter, my Instagram, all that stuff. My own YouTube. But yeah, you're watching this on the Dork Side of the Ring YouTube. So hit subscribe on the button over there. Hit it over there. Right there. And hopefully I will have stuff for you sooner rather than later. And we'll have video podcasts and all that fun stuff. And then I'll just do this. So if you enjoyed seeing me in video form doing this part, this will be what I do on the intros and maybe some ad reads or, whatever. But thank you guys. I appreciate it. Thanks for sticking with me through the hiatus for a little bit. It was a break that I didn't want to take, needed to take, and in all honesty, probably benefited a lot from, because it gave me a moment to think about expanding Dork Side a little bit more and reaching out to people and being like, hey, would you like to give me a hand? Because I would really appreciate that. So thank you guys so much. I will see you guys I guess Monday. Yeah, the 6th, the 6th of the 2/6/23 for the episode with Mop Garden and Siren. In fact, here is a little sneak peek as we take you out.
All right, so not afraid of Santa Claus, or in Simon's case, was not forced to sit on Santa's lap as a child. That's good. Because like the next question would be like, have you ever wanted to have you ever seen like videos of children fighting Santa Claus at the mall? Like their parents force them close, and then their fight or flight responses kick in, and they just start wailing on this old man who's.
I want to fight Santa as an adult.
Why?
Because I will fight him for the crown. Hello. I'm the new Santa now.
I don't.
Is that
Take
how it
his
works?
beard, real or fake?
Right.
I mean, we're going off of the Santa Claus movie with Tim Allen, which is one of my favorite Christmas movies. You have to kill him. You can't just defeat him. You have to kill him. His heart needs to stop beating.
I mean,
Is that real?
Yeah.
Have you not, Mom? Have you never seen that movie?
Wait, well, yeah, but like
It's been
as a
long time.
kid.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah. All right. Well, then, yeah.
What?
So he. Oh no, I have to sneeze. I was trying not to sneeze when I'm talking.
Bless
oh no.
you.
All right, it's passed. We're good. No, so like Tim Allen scares Santa Claus, and Santa Claus falls to his death off of the roof. Tim Allen puts the suit on, or the jacket on, and then sees a business card in the pocket, and he reads it. He goes to Santa Claus, whoever puts on this jacket becomes Santa Claus.
and he looked at where the body was, and the body's gone. Like it just evaporated. That's that.
Shit.
Ever since then, I'm like, that's how Santa Claus is immortal. You have to kill him, which is like, I want to be able to write a movie about like feudal English Game of Thrones like shit instead of the Iron Throne, it's to be Santa Claus.
Kind of metal.
Yeah,
like,
that's-
not even gonna lie.
That's messed up.
So yeah, that's next week's episode. I will see you guys here next week. As always, we don't take wrestling seriously because wrestling is seriously more fun when no one is taking it seriously. But we take wrestling less serious because it's serious. I forget. Look, I'll figure it out. Look, we don't take wrestling serious because wrestling is at its best when no one is taking it serious. I am Grumm. I will see you guys here next week on the Dork Side of the Ring podcast.